Hey, good morning, everyone. This is the joint pre-bid conference for IFB 25-00070, the Sun City Fire Station number 47. Also, IFB 25-20071, the Thanota Fire Station number 21. And also IFB 25-00072, the Progress Village South Fire Station number 48. My name is Sybil Tucker. I'm procurement buyer for the Sun City Fire Station project. And for the record, this meeting is being recorded and has been publicly noticed. Today's meeting is being held by means of communications media technology. Provisions have been made for any member of the public desiring to have access to attend the meeting. As a matter of housekeeping, I'll just state again, if you could just make sure your audio is muted. And also, if you can just drop your name and your company's name in the chat feature, we'd appreciate that as a way of taking an attendance or having an attendance record. Bidders are cautioned that only a written addendum may change the bid document. Any statements or comments made by the county at this meeting which might appear to modify the bid document shall be considered by bidders as only a tentative position of the county. In order for these statements to be considered as an actual change to the solicitation, they must be published in a written addendum. Also, be advised that the cone of silence is in effect for all three of these projects mentioned, and bidders should not be contacting any employees other than those identified in the cone of silence clause in the bid document. And preferably, just make sure you're just sending in your questions through the vendor discussions in Bonfire. So as I mentioned, this is a joint pre-bid conference. We're just taking, going over the documents as well as any highlights of these projects in one meeting, since they are all pretty much for the same thing as they are for fire stations. So at this time, I'm just going to have the other buyers who are representing or handling the other fire station projects to introduce themselves before we get too far in this process. Again, I'm Sybil Tucker, and I am handling the Sun City Fire Station project.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Demina. I'm the procurement buyer for the Progress Village South Fire Station number 48.
Good morning, Connor Fletcher. I'm with IFB-25-00071 Thanota Fire Station 21.
Okay, so thank you guys. And let me have the project manager. You'll introduce yourself at this time, please.
Good morning. This is Mansoor Yazdi with Hillsborough County Capital Programs Department.
And who else do we have on from the county? Amy, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
Good morning. I'm Amy Jarman, Capital Programs Manager of Capital Construction. Thank you.
Okay, and before we go into anything further, I'll go ahead and have our economic development representative go ahead and talk about the MBE participation goal at this time.
All right, hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Deshaun Hines, and I'm with the Economic Development Minorities and Small Business Department, and I'll be going over the MBE goal participation for this project. Hopefully everybody can hear me.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, perfect. So the bidders are required to submit their completed subcontractor material suppliers list, which is called the MBE1 form. Always ensure that the DWBE firm utilized on this is a certified firm with Hillsborough County, or at least a certified firm. Visit our vendor compliance site for the full updated list and information in regards to this. Also, you can always call or email me or my department to verify whether or not an MBE or DWBE firm is a certified firm with us. Failure to complete and submit the documentation with the bid documents may result in an entire bid being rejected. For construction, a signed letter of intent for each of the MBEs listed on the MBE1 form or the subcontract material suppliers list is requested and required as part of the responsibility survey process, timeline, and review of the final compliance along with the MBE1 form. All DMDWE documents are to be completed and submitted by the apparent low bidder within 5 business days of the notification. Also, insurance and professional services firms can be used in order to meet the MBE goal requirement. You may also use firms that are currently certified by other government municipalities, which is city, county, or state agencies within the Florida state. Within Florida, excuse me, as as long as they're not on our denied, graduated, or previously reciprocal list, which I can also provide to you, but it also is located on our website. Firms which have been graduated, denied, and those firms which have previously received the reciprocal cannot be utilized to meet the established MBE goal for the project, although they can be used on the project. The bidders are encouraged to provide their good faith efforts documentation, which should include backup forms, documentation that can back up the information on the form. Our Economic Development Minority Small Business Department will make sure that we evaluate your good faith efforts if submitted to determine the responsiveness of the bidder for the DMDWE program goals. If the bidder has not achieved the goal, we will ensure that we document that, and it may cause for you to be rejected for the project. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out in regards to the MBE and SBE program goal, not goal, but itself, but any of our process that we have for this. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.
Deshaun, I don't know if I heard, but did you mention what the goal was? I don't know that I heard you mention what the goal actually was.
My apologies. It's a 17% goal on this project.
Okay. So just to kind of piggyback a little bit off of what Deshaun said, the 17% goal is the same for each fire station project. So each fire station project has a goal of 17% that the low bidder will be required to meet in order to qualify for award of either one of these fire stations. So please take it seriously. Make sure you're submitting the appropriate documentation that's required with the bid. You have to submit the completed form with the bid. Don't just, throw numbers on there. You have to make sure that you've actually reached out to the subcontractors and established get the information needed from them, and make sure that they are indeed qualified, that they are qualified or certified DMDWBEs. And you can reach out to Deshaun without violating the cone of silence. I want to make that clear. You can reach out to him during the process of getting your documentation together. If you have a question specifically about the DMDWBE goal, you are able to reach out to him without violating the cone of silence. So please take advantage of that. We as the procurement buyers are not the experts in meeting the goals and what's required. The information, however, is in the bid document, and you are required to read that and make sure you understand what's required, but you can reach out to him if you have questions. So please, take advantage of that, as I said, so to ensure that you are going to meet that goal to qualify for an award. So thank you, Deshaun. We're going to move on a little bit. I'm just going to share my screen. I just want to show the bonfire, the project in Bonfire. Bear with me, so I'm trying to get the appropriate screen up. Okay, so here is what it looks like in Bonfire. I'm showing the Sun City Fire Station. All of the other ones, you're going to see the same thing, basically just different information. Currently, the close date is March 14th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Again, that is the current close date for all 3 fire stations, March 14th, 2025 at 2 p.m. So make sure you're being mindful of the close date. Also, I want to mention that there is deadline for questions. The questions are due 14 days after the pre-bid conference or site visit. So you would have to make sure you're submitting your questions, submit them early so that we can get the responses out in a timely fashion. We do encourage you to submit them early so that we do not have to delay the bid close date. So just go ahead and start, make sure you're going through the documents, submitting your questions in a timely fashion so that we can ensure that we're getting the responses out quickly. The Sun City Fire Station does have a scheduled site visit, which is tomorrow. That information is in Bonfire. It's right here. It's scheduled for tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the address listed here. So again, if you're interested in the Sun City Fire Station project, there is a site visit. It is not mandatory. However, we do encourage you to attend if you're interested in bidding on this project. The information is here for your to use accordingly. The other fire station locations do not have scheduled site visits, as those sites are open and you can go ahead and go out there and take a look around at your leisure. So the only one that has a scheduled site visit is the Sun City Fire Station. Moving on down into Bonfire. You have your list of documents. Go in, download them. Make sure you're reading through them. Make sure that you understand what the requirements are. A lot of these forms are just contract administration forms, and all of the ones that you have to submit with your bid say submit with offer. So make sure you're submitting the ones that are required. Moving down the list here, we have the requested information. This is the area where you will be uploading your documents, and it does again tell you which ones are required to be submitted with your bid. Document takers. This is like your plan holders list. So anyone that's looking to see who may be interested in bidding, who's looked at the bid, if you're looking to possibly look for subcontractors, this is a opportunity or information where you can find that here. It's like your plan holders list, but it's called document takers. And when you click on it, it does give you the company's information, so you can reach out to them directly. This is an opportunity to network with other bidders, subcontractors, and such. We also have the interested contractors. As you see here, we already have someone who's listed themselves as a potential bidder for this. This is shows his information. You can reach out to him directly. Also, interested subcontractors. Again, opportunity for you to find subcontractors. You just have to make sure that they are indeed certified DMWBEs. Some of them have listed that here, but again, you can reach out to them through this mechanism. If you are a subcontractor on here, you can go ahead and log in and put your information here as well. So this is a good opportunity to find subs through the Bonfire site. Any public notices that we put out, we will put them out here. That will be in addendum information, any meetings or anything related to the bids. We will put out a public notice for everyone to be able to see that information. We do want you to submit your questions through Bonfire, through the vendor discussions. This is where you would submit your questions. We do ask that you kind of try to compile your questions into like one document and upload your questions as a group instead of sending them one by one. We just want to make sure we can kind of contain them and not miss any questions. So if you can just group your questions together, that would be appreciated. But try to get them in as soon as you can so that we can get the responses out. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the meeting over to Mansour, the project manager, just so he can touch on or highlight some of the key items in each one of these fire stations. Go over the scope a little bit. Please be mindful that this is not a question and answer session. You are to submit your questions in writing. and we will respond in writing. So you keep that in mind. Also, if you joined late, if you can drop your name and your company's name in the chat feature so that we can have a way of keeping an attendance of who attended today, we'd appreciate that. So without further ado, Mansour, I'm going to turn the meeting over to you at this time.
Good morning, everyone. Again, Mansour Yazdi, I'm with Hillsborough County Capital Programs Department. I'm going to be a project manager on this project. So basically, we are focused right now on Sun City Fire Station civils, and then we talk about progress and turn it to as time passes by. So anyway, the project, the Sun City Fire Station site is located, 14495 South US 3001. We are currently leasing the property from the state of Florida, Department of Forestry, to build a fire station. For the next 50 years, we have a lease on that property. And then, of course, with the option to extend it. The reason Sybil's brought this issue up that, is a month, site visit is scheduled for tomorrow because there is a portion of site is occupied by Department of Forestry. And so we want to make minimum interruption to the operation. So we encourage all the bidders, please go tomorrow as is scheduled or site visit, so we don't have to justify to these folks, what you guys walking, hanging around their property. So that's why really we are scheduled for tomorrow site visit at 10 o'clock. So with that said, the fire station we're proposing to build on the site is a two-way station, approximately 7,300 square foot building, and a single-story building with on-site, off-site utilities and drainage system. And basically, the project is going to be, constructed, and we have to deliver the project, of course, completed by December 2026. But with that said, doesn't mean we have to wait till last minute. You guys send your, question, and we ask for the time extension. We have a commitment with the Board of County Commissioners that we have to deliver the projects. So, and please get all your questions as soon as possible to us so we can get, review on. If we need to issue that addendum, we will do it. Okay, so of course, the project has 4 different allowances. Construction allowance. The package you got on to be advertised is 90% complete because we're still working on the permitting, for the site and building permitting. And then we feel like it's necessary to issue the addendum. Even it's going to be revised, drawing, anything different, we're going to be issued through the addendum to you guys. So the 4 construction allowance, with different allowances we got. One is that $150,000 carry the drawings from 90% to 100% with all the regulatory, addressing all the comments, review comments. And then we got $75,000 permit allowance. That one doesn't mean that, you're going to own that money. Whatever, permits, we have to pull all this, so pay the regulatory agency, we pay all of this, but the remaining balances come back to us, That means a change order at the end of the project. So, and then we got, fire alert system for the fire station that you have to use the county approved vendors, and that one is the address on the drawing, electrical drawing for fire alert system that, you have to hire the special vendors to install the system. As part of the base bid is going to be doing all the infrastructure for it, and the county vendors, fire rescue vendors, is going to come install the fire alert system for that one. And the last one is that we'll have a $200,000 allowance. That one is for the changes that use the Department of Fire Rescue asked for. We're going to use for that purpose. And then we have addendum. Added to alternates to protect our bid. So we generated, 4 or 5 items for the added to alternate that, you have to respond to all the alternates. You have to provide the pricing for alternate. You cannot ignore those. You have to provide the pricing for it. Is that right, Sybil?
Yes, that's correct. You have to provide pricing for all line items. Now, the county may not select all of the alternates, but we do need you to provide the pricing for all the alternates, as well as the base bid.
Yeah. The other things I would like to mention to you, please do not contact any of our consultants or anybody with the county. If we have any question, clarification requests, you get to go through the procurement services. Please do not contact architect's office, consultants, fire rescue, nobody. Okay, all question has to go through procurement services, and we will clarify as we deem necessary. That's all I have to say, Berto. Sybil.
Were you gonna talk about the other stations or?
Oh, you want to? Yeah, I can, touch base on that one too. The next
Yeah.
one, I'm going to talk about Progress Village Fire Stations. That site is on 7412 South 78th Street. And that is the projects. The site is empty, but we have a gated, fence around that property. We instructed fire rescue to open the gate as of today. So I'm gonna confirm with them that site should be available for you to make a site visit there anytime you wish to go. So we're gonna keep the gate open for you guys to go look at the site anytime you wish. Okay, so on the fire station again, this one has a little different footprint. That one has a 7,558 square feet of building. Of course, it's one story, two basic stations, and with all on-site, off-site utilities. And then again, we have 4 different allowances, like I mentioned it. For the construction allowance, $150,000, permit allowance $75,000, and AR $200,000, and the fire alert system $125,000. Of course, we have 4 different additive alternate that you have to respond to all those alternate. You have to submit the pricing for alternates too. So, and the next fire station is for the Tonotosasa Fire Station. Tonotosasa Fire Station is located on northeast corner of State Road 570. County Road 579 and Main Street. And the address is 10508 Main Street, Tonotosasa. Okay, and that site is a little bit different because even though we have a 2-base fire station, it's approximately 730,000 square foot building, but that one has a on-site septic system, and because there's no public water sewer available, so we're gonna have an on-site well for potable water for irrigations and for the fire supply tank, and also that site is on overlay district, so has a different treatment on the side. So everything is already indicated on the drawings, and I would recommend highly that everybody look at the special conditions of the projects on Division 1. Of course, whole entire specification and construction documents, all those. So look at that one, but specifically want to look at the special condition of the projects too. So. And that project has 4 different allowances too, like the other ones, $150,000 for the construction allowance, permit allowance is $75,000, a fire alert system $125,000, and AAR $200,000, and with bunch of additive alternate. Down that side, we have a refueling facility too, as an additive alternate. That's all I have to say, Sybil.
All right, thank you, Mansour. So again, just to reiterate a few things, the cone of silence, as Mansour mentioned, please do not reach out to any of the consultants, any engineers, any of the other department representatives that you may have a relationship with. Please don't reach out to them. We don't want to have to exclude anyone from bidding if you violate that cone of silence. Just send in your questions through the vendor discussions portal of either one of these projects that you're interested in, and we will get the responses out as quickly as we can. Make sure that you are reading the documents thoroughly for understanding. Questions again about the DMDWBE goal can be submitted to can be, you can reach out to Deshawn if you have individual questions that if you don't understand something in the document itself. But all of the information that's required is in the bid document. So please make sure you're reading through them thoroughly. Anything from anybody? Ma'am?
14 days for questions.
Right, okay, let me reiterate that again about the question deadline. It's 14 days from today, basically, you have. It's 14 days for you to submit your questions. Please make sure you're getting them in quickly. That way, we're not, up against that 14 days, so that we can keep with the timeline of when these bids are scheduled to close on March the 14th. And again, that information is in the bid document. It's not a secret, it's in the document. So you can, and I'll just show you, it's on the second page. To be given consideration, such requests must be received no later than 14 calendar days after the date of solicitation issuance in bonfire, the site visit, or the pre-bid conference, whichever is later. So in this case, for the Noda Sassa Library Fire Station, as well as the Progress Village Fire Station, that 14 days starts today, from today. The Sun City Fire Station, the 14 days will start from tomorrow, since we do have a site visit scheduled for tomorrow. And again, the goal is 17% for the DMDWBE participation, also on this second page here. So valuable information is located in the first few pages of this document, but please read through all of it for understanding. And again, if you have any questions, submit them through the vendor discussions. So I believe that is all we have in regards to this pre-bid conference. We will be posting the recording in the public notice or the public files for anyone to refer to. However, again, it's just for us to give information. We're not going to be posting any questions. Your questions need to be submitted in writing, and we will respond to them in writing. If you did not put your information in the chat feature, please do that before we close out the meeting today, so that we can have a reference of who attended. So I want to just say one more time, I am Sybil Tucker. I'm the buyer for the Sun City Fire Station number 47 project. We have, you can go ahead.
Yes, I'm Lisa Demina. I'm for the Progress Village South Fire Station number 48.
I'm Connor, the Noda Sassa 21.
All right, so we have nothing further. That's going to conclude our pre-bid conference for today for these three. We hope that you guys will submit bids for these, and that someone is successful in getting the award for these fire stations. Thank you for your time and your attendance today. And that's going to conclude our meeting for today. Thank you.